Few places can match the ambience of Acadia National Park in the fall. This coastal gem of the Northeast shines its brightest during the fall foliage season, attracting crowds of hikers and photographers to see the trees, the coastlines, and the sunsets. But did you know it's one of the premier moderate trad climbing destinations in the Northeast as well? We started trad climbing this summer, and our visit to Acadia was an excellent opportunity, not only to see the fall foliage, but also to push our limits on the excellent moderate trad climbs available here, including trying our first trad multi-pitch climb. Probably the most famous climbing area in Acadia is Otter Cliffs. These short cliffs overlook the sea and provide access to a wealth of short and mostly moderate trad climbs. We started out by top roping a few classic climbs to learn the moves and gear placements. Some of the climbs here have fixed anchors, but for others we had to build our own anchors using cams. This was our first time learning to build and trust anchors we placed ourselves, but it's an important skill for trad climbing. I settled on trying to lead a moderate classic called Rock Lobster. The climbing is fairly well protected and goes up a wide chimney feature for the first half, with engaging face climbing for the second half. After a round on top rope to learn what gear there was and how to place it, we rappelled down to the base. Many of the starts for climbs here have waves crashing over them at high tide, so we had to be aware of the tides so as not to get the rope wet. As I climbed the lower chimney half, I found several excellent placements. In the break, where the chimney ends, there's a no-hands rest, and placements for as many cams as you want. I placed 3 cams here together, essentially building an anchor. This was almost certainly overkill, but it boosted my confidence for the relatively unprotected face climbing portion of the climb above. After pulling the face climbing crux, I placed 1 more cam and then mantled onto the anchor ledge. Though none of the climbing moves were that challenging for me, my first moderate trad lead really helped to build my confidence in my ability to make quality placements on lead. Acadia has so much to offer, even when you're not climbing, and we spent some time exploring some of the quieter spots. The fall foliage was peaking in several parts of the park. Acadia's popularity comes with some drawbacks. In stark contrast to our experience in Newfoundland, we found crowds almost everywhere we went here. Parking was a mess, and lines formed on many of the hikes and at many of the photo spots we visited. There's a lot of hikes here that feel a bit like climbing because they pass over exposed cliff terrain. When not crowded, they can be an exciting way to see the park's best viewpoints. bridges and fallen leaves during this time of year give the park a distinct New England feel. We capped off our day with a sunset at the iconic Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse. We started the next day at the highest point in the park, Cadillac Mountain, for a cloudy sunrise. Our main objective today is to further our trad climbing skills by taking on a moderate 2-pitch trad climb. After making our way to the base of the south wall, we found that we weren't the first climbers there. Not the climbers we had expected either, but Acadia's porcupines can apparently climb trees very effectively to get at the leaves. Determined to outdo the porcupines, I started up the classic corner route. The first pitch was so long I almost ran out of trad gear to place, but we made it up and prepared to tackle the roof corner in the second pitch. As it turned out, stemming up the thin corner to get to the roof was the crux. The roof itself turned out to be relatively straightforward. After passing the hard part successfully, my flash was almost ruined by a monster of my own making. The rope drag created by not extending trad placements in the roof almost brought me to a standstill. Fortunately, the last part of the climb was so easy that I still made it up successfully. But that's another lesson learned. Hope you enjoyed this adventure. If you want to see more, check out our previous adventure backpacking off-trail in the remote mountains of Newfoundland. Also, make sure you're subscribed for the next adventure, as we take on one of the top sport climbing destinations of the Northeast. See you there.